Hello, my name is Jeff, and this is a Rally Red 1966 Chevrolet Corvette convertible, part of the C2 or second generation Corvette, which I think we all agree is by far the most attractive Corvette generation they've ever produced. Now, this particular car also has a highly desirable drivetrain. It's powered by the high output 327 cubic inch V8, good for 350 horse. It features the optional 4-speed manual transmission and posi rear end. This car, to top it all off, also has a fascinating story which I will be sharing with you today. But this car is also for sale. It's heading up for auction on Bring a Trailer, where it will be selling with no reserve as offered from Casio Motors. The story starts in the summer of 1969. I've taken some liberties and assumed that Bryan Adams was playing on the radio with whisperings of Woodstock. This 1966 Chevrolet Corvette convertible was on a road trip from its home state of Indiana to the Golden State of California, traveling over 2,000 miles when the engine blew from oil pump failure with just 22,000 miles on the odometer. Fortunately, this Corvette was still under its 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty and was fitted with a CE-stamped factory warranty engine block. The engine itself is the high-output 327 cubic inch V8 with a Holley 4-barrel carburetor, rated for 350 horsepower and 360 pound-feet of torque, paired with a 4-speed manual transmission and optional positrac rear end. The high-output 327 features a different camshaft from the lower-output 327, which gives this Corvette an incredible and unique sound. Sometime later, the car was parked in the owner's brother's heated garage, where the car sat for 30 years. In 2008, the car was repainted in its factory-correct Rally Red by Ray Gilman's GM dealership in Indiana, where various other components of the car, including the interior, were refreshed with work lasting through 2010, resulting in what you see here. So next, let's take a closer look at the exterior of this 1966 Chevrolet Corvette, which has been professionally repainted in its factory-correct Rally Red as part of that restoration work mentioned earlier, performed from 2008 to 2010. Now, the C2 is a good-looking car, especially as a convertible with the top down. You can see just how sleek it is with the nice curves from the Stingray body lines. But then the car itself also sits way lower than even a lot of other cars from the 1960s. And of course, stylistically, this helps the car a lot. But there's also a performance reason, because this is a Corvette. This is America's sports car. And the way Chevrolet designed this is incredible. What they did is, for the chassis, you have 5 specific cross members in the car that are spaced in a way to lower the drivetrain and the interior cabin and all those items as low as possible in the car, which obviously helped with the styling, but it also helped with performance because it lowered the center of gravity for the car. The other thing Chevrolet did is they gave it fully independent suspension. In the front, it uses coil springs, and then here in the rear, it actually uses a transverse leaf spring, which is a very Corvette thing that would continue onwards for a few generations. And then, that's not all, it has 4-wheel disc brakes. That's right, front and rear, which greatly improves the stopping ability for this Corvette. And the parking brake is, of course, a drum brake system. So very cool. And that's what made this car so great as a sports car that could go toe-to-toe with even European competitors. Now, as of 1966, this was an era where America was changing their sports cars, even just their cars in general, every year. There are some cool 1966 specific details. Now, here in the front, we do have the Corvette flags on the front, but new for 1966 is the Corvette Stingray badge here on the hood. You also get these power headlights. The grille was also updated for 1966, and then you can see the sort of split chrome bumper here with our turn signals down low. As we move around to the side here, you can see this car is equipped with these very cool turbine knockoff wheels. These would have been optional for the C2 Corvette in 1966, and they're currently wrapped in Coker Classic Redline tires. Over here, we have some more badging in addition to our Stingray grills. You have this beautifully finned lower trim piece. You can see we have wipers, chromed windshield trim over here, along with our vent windows. You also get the chrome mirrors. And as we continue down here, we have the open top section. Now, this is pretty interesting. For the C2 Corvette, you had all sorts of options. You could do just a soft top.
You could do just a hard top, or you could do both. And that's the case with this car. This car has a body colored hard top, which can mount up on the back here. But if you don't want to take that, the soft top stows away underneath nicely, as you can see here, which you can raise or lower as you like and enjoy your open top C2 experience. More of those turbo knockoffs in the rear here. You have your radio antenna. This beautiful ornamental centerpiece here is actually your fuel cap. So you open that up. That's where you fill it. You get a Corvette badge here in the back. And then another 1966 specific detail is actually right here with the taillights. In 65, they were all red, and in 66, they changed it to one red, one white, and that is for your reverse light when you're backing up. Then in 67, they actually changed to a different reverse light in the center. So this is a 66 only option for these cars, and it's one of the easiest way to recognize what year of C2 you're looking at, and that's the case here. You also get a dual exhaust exit, which is integrated beautifully into the bumpers, again with a split chrome bumper design. And man, these cars are just gorgeous to look at. Moving on to the interior, this one is finished in its factory correct black, which is actually redone as part of that work performed from 2008 to 2010. And as a result, you can see these seats are in fantastic shape. No issues, no rips, no tears. And the rest of the interior looks great too. Things like the door sill guards here were even replaced as part of that restoration. The door cards themselves feature these locks here in the back. You have your door handle, just a generic handle, and then you also have your manual controls for the vent window and for your regular window. Underneath here, you have a variety of different controls, including your parking brake, which is currently extended, along with your antenna controls. Here in the middle is actually your fresh air vent control, and over here is the hood release. And there's some interesting details I want to show you about the lights by getting in. The interesting part is that the lights on these cars actually feature two different controls. One is the mechanism to actually move the headlights, and then this knob here is actually the turning on of the headlights. And what's interesting is if you pull this out to turn on the headlights, you can see this red light comes on here displaying your lights, but it starts blinking. It's blinking because the headlights aren't actually open yet. You do that by opening the headlight toggle switch here, and then the headlights actually spin up, and then the minute they're open, the red light stops blinking. So it's basically an indicator to let you know if your headlights are on but not open, which is kind of a cool feature, I think, almost like a safety feature from the 1960s. As we take a look at the gauges here, you can see this one currently reads 60,912 miles on here. You can see our fuel and battery gauges, our wiper controls, turn signal, stalk, and indicator for our Corvette steering wheel. You can see the lighter here, and then we also have our TAC, which shows the higher red line for our high output 327 V8, along with water temp and oil gauges, our ignition, and then over here in the middle, you have your clock, you have your controls for your defroster and your radio controls. Below that, you have your 4-speed manual transmission, along with a nice ashtray here, a nice little diagram, and of course your seat belts can be stored here in the middle when not in use for your lap belts. Your passenger seat, you get a nice glove box for the passenger as well. And then here in the very back, you can see part of that soft top convertible top and a nice little storage parcel shelf area where you could put any luggage that you wanted for your road trip. But as you can see, it's in fantastic condition on the inside, and it just looks great, along with cool quirks, just made to be a driver's car with an incredibly good view out of the front window with these cool high-rise fenders. So what's it like to drive the C2 Corvette convertible? Well, let me just start by saying it's incredible. I mean, fully independent suspension, disc brakes. This thing drives great. Not to mention the visibility with how low you are on the road. It gives you such a great sense of speed, and it handles so well. And it sounds absolutely phenomenal. As you bring it in here, the high output 327 Jalopy or cam in there, and it opened up beautifully, and it feels like such a driver-centered car with the fact that you have all of these gearboxes right in front of you. All the gauges are looking you directly in the face as you're driving. Oh, and the brakes are beautiful. You could really slam on these if you needed to just really bring it through hard through the corners. This thing opens up beautifully. And you know what? The gearbox by 1960s standards is so good. It feels pretty close and tight. It doesn't really feel sloppy, which is quite impressive. And I think if you're gonna buy something of this era, I don't think you can go wrong with this car. I think this is really one of the best offerings. America's sports car, the 1960s, all the performance you could ask for. I mean, this thing keeps up with modern traffic wonderfully. And obviously the headlight mechanisms are cool and easy to use. Means the car's better looking when the headlights aren't on, but honestly they're pretty sleek with them up too. Fun mechanisms. The fact of the matter is that all the electrical components and stuff in this car work pretty flawlessly. I would say the electrical headlights work way better than the vacuum headlights that would come later in the C3 Corvettes. Just seems to work way better here. I mean, even at just regular cruising speeds, it's just delightful. The visibility is so good out of this car, and the way the fenders, the Stingray bodyline, essentially tells you exactly where your wheels are, so you can confidently just point this thing into a corner, regardless of how you drive it. Oh, and then as you're sitting at a stop or a stoplight, that idle. Pretty easy clutch engagement, not too heavy. Might be heavy on the foot though, depending on how often you use it. But boy, honestly, this is a phenomenal car to drive. You have that full synchro gearbox, and so all of your shifts are seamless and smooth. Even if you want to downshift, let's say you're canyon carving, whatever the case is, you could just really have a good time in this car, especially with the convertible. And if the convertible's not for you, then you also get the fact that this car comes with a hardtop, which just makes it so usable. But with that, one final pull. All the gauges work beautifully. Car grabs itself into a corner. But with that, that's the end of the video. I want to say thank you so much for watching, and don't forget that this car is actually for sale. So you can buy this exact beautiful car. It's awesome story, history, and a very highly desirable drivetrain. You can find this car up for auction on Bring a Trailer, where it will be selling with no reserve as offered from Casio Motors. With that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.